Oh, yeah. Love is in the air. This is Scare Talk. I am Danny, and I'm here with Hard Eyes
Wait.
Killer Katrina.
Oh!
Whoa! And we've got Jealous Joel.
Oh.
yeah, totally. It kind of
Not
slipped up.
Joel is not jealous, but it is one of the feelings that people might have during Valentine's Day. So we're going to talk about a Valentine's Day film. Takes place on Valentine's Day, and that is called Heart Eyes.
Heart eyes.
Look at those eyes, and they are hearts.
They are hearts.
All right, Joel, can you tell us who is a part of
All
this?
right. So this one stars Olivia Holt as Allie McCabe, as well as Mason Gooding, who plays Jay Simmons. We saw him in the last couple of Scream movies,
Yes.
and an upcoming Scream movie. And we've got Jordana Brewster as Detective Janine Shaw and Devin
Oh, that's
Sawa
right.
as Detective
That's who
Zeke
she is.
Hobbs. Yeah, so that Hobbs and Shaw comment was like, okay.
Oh, multi-layered.
Yep, it was.
Okay.
Was written by Philip Murphy, Christopher Landon, Michael Kennedy, and was directed by Josh Rubin. Christopher Landon is a name that we have definitely heard in the last few years. He was supposed to do the next Scream movie. Directed Freaky and that Time Cut movie, I think, was one of his too.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. He didn't direct this one. He wrote it, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he did the Happy Death Day movies.
The Happy Death Day movies too. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So for the past several years, the Hard Eyes Killer has wreaked havoc on Valentine's Day by stalking and murdering romantic couples. This Valentine's Day, no couple is safe.
Oh, man.
Oh, yes. All right. So make sure you are subscribed to our channel and that you like this video. Please leave us a comment. We'd love to interact with you. And like I always say, a lot of you are not subscribed, but you continue to watch our videos. So just go subscribe. It helps get our videos out there for others to enjoy them like you.
Yes.
It'll really, really help us out. So please do that. And also, we're going to stay away from spoilers for all of our films that we review on like YouTube and the podcast sites. But if you want to hear about the spoilers, then you're gonna need to go to patreon.com/scaretalk, and you get spoiler talk for all of our episodes. You get early access, and you get
what else do you get, honey?
I'm like my mind. You get exclusive episodes as well. And we just posted Ma recently, which was a Patreon request.
Yes.
So it's only on there.
And we've got some more exclusives coming.
Yes.
So
we have others. Friday the 13th. We've got a few of those films on there already, whereas there's only one out in the world right now, except for Patreon has 4. So
yes.
All right, let's get to Hard Eyes. So what'd you guys think going into this one? What were you kind of expecting, Joel?
Okay. Who was going first? So I was expecting a slasher. I knew Christopher Landon was involved, so I was kind of expecting some of his his writing. I knew he wasn't directing it, but he does do humor pretty well. So I was expecting it to have some humor in there too. With that, some of it didn't land. Some of the humor was just dumb, I thought. But some of it did. There was a character who I could have done without completely, who was
Okay.
the boss of our main character.
Oh,
She
gosh.
felt
Yeah.
too Gale Weathers for me, and
Mm.
there's only one Gale Weathers, so she's felt way too like she was trying to copy that character, and it's just like we don't even need this character. So I had heard that people were liking this movie. This just came out. We're doing this on the Sunday of the weekend it came out.
The Saturday.
But that's right, Saturday.
Today is Saturday. Yeah.
Today is Saturday. Wow.
Don't rush us through our weekend.
I know. I don't want that either. I got a busy week this week, so I don't want that either. So yeah, I was expecting some carnage, some blood, and I was, it's a whole like whodunit type of thing with slashers, typically, not all the time, but with this one, it was a whodunit slasher, and yeah,
okay,
that's pretty much what I thought going into it, like what I was expecting out of it. So
I was afraid that the trailer showed too many of the good kills, and I was like,
showed one
those
for sure.
Yeah, and I remember saying, that better not be like one of the best kills, because that was really cool, and they shouldn't have shown it just now. That's gonna be what this is. I was pleased that wasn't like, to me, it was like, it was a fun kill still, but it was okay with it being in the trailer.
Yeah.
It didn't ruin anything. I was afraid that was gonna be, it was I was kind of like, I was really excited for this to come out, because I was expecting it to be very like a classic slasher kind of Scream
like
feel.
a 90s slasher.
Yeah, and I was excited for that, but I was also worried, like, is it going to live up to my expectations? I don't want to get too excited.
Yeah.
I did get sick of seeing the trailer after a while. And I was pleased. It was really fun.
Yeah.
I agree with Joel. I don't think the humor really hit well. I kept saying, like, it was almost like a rom-com, but was it comedy? Like, it was
not as calm.
Yeah. Yeah. It was more like rom. But I could tell it was trying to be like more comedic, but
I think it felt like a corny rom-com.
Yeah, it felt very campy.
And I feel like that was the point.
Yeah, and it didn't bother me. It wasn't like annoying. Comedy, or like trying to be funny and not like an Amy Schumer movie or something.
Throwing shade to her newest Netflix movie that came out.
I won't even watch anything with her in it.
No.
There's a few comedians that I'm like, no, don't even want to see you.
Well, for me, I will get on board with what you guys thought and expected. I expected to like this. I feel like slasher, comedy, whodunit, Valentine's Day theme. He looked cool in the trailer.
Yeah.
The killer.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is exactly my kind of movie.
Yeah.
This is pretty much what I want all the time. Just checked all the boxes for me. So
I will say, and I don't know how I feel about this, but I did guess the killer. I don't want to say if there's multiple or not, but I'll just say I guessed the killer very quickly. I will talk about more of that in the spoilers section.
Yeah.
But they kind of made it obvious at one point.
Yeah, I did too.
I did too. But I feel like they also kind of tried to throw you off.
Yes.
In a
they
classic
did
whodunit kind of sense.
They did, but you also were kind of like, they're trying to throw us off here. Yeah. It was like, okay, I'm pretty sure that I'm right about this, but they're trying to throw us off, but I think they're still gonna. It's still gonna be this,
Yeah.
you know. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I I feel like there was some unique kills.
Mhm.
I liked the kills. They were pretty unique, especially the opening.
Yeah.
Before like we get to our main
oh yeah,
characters.
That scene
Yeah.
is
That was
so-
crazy.
Oh man.
It's got a really cool opening.
and I liked the weapons.
Yeah.
I
the
feel like they
weapons with
gave
the
a lot
hearts
of
and
yeah. And
Yeah,
they gave a
arrow.
lot of
The arrows,
attention to
keeping-
that at the beginning.
Yeah.
Not as much later.
Yeah.
But that was fun.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Getting killed by Cupid's arrows. It's
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
fitting,
that was-
you know.
that was
fun.
Valentine's Day.
Well,
movie.
and even like the knife that he used had a heart on it, and
Yeah.
everything had a heart. like,
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
I feel like this could have been a lot more of a serious, scary movie,
Mhm.
you know, with it being like a national news story, you know.
Yeah.
And there could have been a lot more on the like detective side of things, you know. This
Mhm.
could have become like a Saw film almost, where you had a lot of that, you know, background investigation stuff, and we have this worldwide known killer out there, and so it
Yeah.
could have gone like ultra serious and probably been a good movie in that sense too. So you know, I don't know if they're gonna do sequels. I hope they do,
They
because I'd
could,
love
I
to
think,
see
easily.
Hard Eyes 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I heard that there was a mid-credit scene
It's
or
not.
an end. There's not.
It's. I mean, there is, but it's.
Oh,
it's.
okay.
It's not worth anything.
Okay.
It's-
If
Okay.
you heard, why
Really
won't
not.
we stay?
I heard after.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. He told
Dang.
me that, and so I made sure to stay, and it was.
Not
There was
worth it.
nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't like. Yeah. It doesn't introduce a new killer, or doesn't
Yeah.
like. You know. Yeah. It
Doesn't
doesn't
add
set
to
anything
it.
up. No.
Okay. I liked pretty much all the acting. I liked the corny rom-com stuff.
Mhm.
Mm.
I liked everything. This is
Did you have
just
any
for
negatives?
me. Maybe the reveal. I would
Mhm.
say that this movie did not surprise me. It wasn't like this big twist, like, oh my gosh, how does that work?
Mhm.
And you know, and I feel like that's such an important thing in a movie like this.
Yeah.
But I didn't really care.
Yeah.
I didn't
Mhm.
care that it wasn't a great reveal, because that's not what I was really there for necessarily.
Yeah. This isn't a Scream
know.
movie where
It's
that's like
not.
one of
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
like the make it or break it kind of thing with
Mhm.
Scream movies.
Mhm.
But this one, while it was like a Scream movie,
Mhm.
the reveal
Yeah.
wasn't great, but it's not going to lower my score much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of the reveal as well. Like Joel said, we were both able to kind of predict who the killer was, and
Mhm.
by the time of the reveal, it was like pretty
Yeah.
obvious and
Yeah.
sure, you know. So it wasn't a big surprise. And the explanation around the motivation in
Yeah.
the kills, like, it was kind of cheap, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of just easy programming.
Yeah, that's how they were programmed.
But and I think that the other, like, the character that I could not stand was also the boss. Like, I did not
Yeah.
like. I didn't like any parts where she was at work.
Yeah.
Like, that was
No,
annoying.
yeah.
Super annoying to me.
Yeah. But I think that's the rom-com stuff.
Yeah, and
you
it
know?
was that particular part. Like, there were other parts where it was like rom-com stuff, and it was fun and quirky and silly, and just like felt like it was perfect to add in for a Valentine's movie. And
Yeah.
so it really made you feel like you were watching a Valentine's horror movie, which was awesome. But the
boss.
work scene,
Yeah.
nah, you didn't need
That-
all that, and it drug out. Like
Yeah.
it went
That was
like
kinda
way
long.
too long.
That first
Um,
scene. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
That first scene where she's at work and she's thinking she's gonna get fired from her job,
Yeah,
and the boss like has the news on, and she's like, why didn't anybody tell me that there was a killer going around in the last couple of years killing like
yeah.
last
It's
couple
like
of years?
this is the
you-
first time you've turned on the news in the last 2 years. Like,
it's not their problem. It's not up to them to like show you the news. Like that's
yeah,
that was,
yeah. And
that
she's
was
like,
that
I
stupid
thought
line.
you
I was like, wow.
knew.
Yeah.
That's the point of the character, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
she's
just-
pointless. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's supposed to be this over the top boss,
Yeah.
who's, they have their minions that
Yeah,
do
I
all
don't
their
have
work
time
for them.
I don't have time to know what the news is
Yeah.
in the last 2 years of
Yeah.
this huge, massive killings that have been going
Yeah.
around. And like her introduction of the guy, like that
Oh.
took like an hour to introduce him. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a long speech. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Mm.
done. It's done. This is like
You guys know each other
you are
now. so that's-
dragging this out. And the like looks back and forth.
Yeah,
But oh
yeah.
my gosh, you drug it out way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was that, and there was one part where she was like trying to get dressed for like
Mhm.
the outing and whatever.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is like totally killer all over again. And I'm
No,
like,
no.
yes, no, not that.
Time cut.
Time cut.
Time cut,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. I was like, are
Yeah.
we doing this again? Like, what is up with these movies and this like fashion show?
Yeah.
Like, do these I don't know if it's like the writers, the directors, the actors. I'm like, who is wanting to like be able to try on all these clothes? Like, is this a
Mhm.
thing? Like,
Well, I think that's a thing in like romantic comedies.
oh god.
Getting
Yeah,
ready
it's-
for this
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
it's a cliche
date
thing
that's
in
not
those. So,
a date.
yeah.
So you
Yeah,
gotta
but
find the
like
perfect
continuing to
clothes.
go back to the different dresses. and-
Yeah.
oh my no.
Yeah. Have you ever
Yeah.
seen 27 Dresses?
No. And I do
There's
not have
27
any
dresses in that
interest.
movie.
I don't have
They're
any
literally
interest in
27.
watching like people get dressed.
There's a
and
whole
be all excited.
2 hour.
A lot of those have montages like that. Like Pretty Woman's got a montage. Has a
Okay, but Pretty
dress
Woman, that's like
montage and
what it's about.
the
Pretty
the
Woman.
montage. The movie's about a montage. Okay.
No, it's about a pretty woman. So you want to watch a pretty woman do
27.
anything. You can't get mad watching Julia Roberts get dressed in different stuff.
Anyway,
Um,
the point is that's a common trope in the romantic
No, but
comedy.
the point is it was
and then
little
what she
annoying.
picks to wear is like
Was
just like a
Nothing, like
basic like
it was like I don't even think you
business
got that
thing.
at the same store.
no.
Like they did not sell that at that store. So
Um,
there we go.
yeah.
Those were my two beefs.
That was
with the
funny
movie.
because when she came like walking into the restaurant, you're like, "That's what she picked."
And don't get me wrong, it was a cute outfit, but it's
Yeah.
like you went and tried on all these like shiny, crazy, wacko dresses, like
Yeah.
you're going to the Grammys, and then it's like you pick this like cute brown, like like
It was like a blazer,
khaki
wasn't it?
colored,
like
yeah,
a
like
blazer and like a skirt.
Maybe they
Like
did
a
go to a different
business
store.
outfit,
Yeah.
like-
That part.
Yeah.
it was,
It was a
like-
business meeting.
Yes, it was supposed to be a business
Yeah.
meeting. So why are you trying on Grammy dresses? Like, I mean, luckily it wasn't Grammy dresses from this year. That would have been an X-rated movie, but
Oh,
Oh wow! So
anyway.
good stuff. Do you have any beefs, Joel, besides the boss?
yeah. Like I said, some of the humor
some of the humor.
wasn't there for me. That Hobbs and Shaw joke was more like an eye roll than
Yeah.
anything for me. I was like, okay, well, one of the stars of the Fast and Furious movies are in this movie. So
Yeah.
let's make a Hobbs and Shaw joke. Like it's
Yeah.
okay. And have her be one of the characters that's Hobbs or Shaw. But I mean that's a thing with like Christopher Landon. Like usually his stuff does land. I like the Happy Death Day movies. I liked
Freaky.
Yeah, I love Freaky. I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was the humor in that movie. That's pretty intense kill scenes too. But but for some reason those movies landed more in the humor department than this one did. I was kind of expecting more of a serious movie. I do like the campiness of it here and there, but I was kind of looking forward to like a actual Valentine's Day like horror slasher.
Yeah.
And we got like a throwback like 90s like style slasher, which is fine, but it's not what I went in knowing I was getting. And the detectives, both of them, I like them both, like the actors, but like I don't know, they were trying too hard to be funny in this movie, and I did not like Devon Sawa's like humor in this. I didn't think his jokes really worked all that well for me, and he was like the funny one of the two, and so I was just like, okay.
But I'm gonna blame the actors on that, not Devon.
He's an actor.
Yeah,
I mean writers. Sorry, I'm gonna blame the writers on that, not Devon.
Okay.
Devon, you're off the hook.
No, he's a good actor. I do like him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it could have been the writing for that.
Yeah.
So
it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay. It didn't bother me.
It's funny because I didn't even realize it was Devon Sawa. But now knowing that was Devon Sawa, I'm like, nope, it was definitely the writer's fault. But
he did all he could.
He did all he could with what he was given. Yeah. But I agree. Like, I didn't even. I don't know. It was like definitely trying. When it was trying to be funny, it wasn't funny. It was like the parts that I feel like they weren't necessarily trying to be funny were more fun, you know? But I wasn't bothered by it at all. Like usually if it's like trying too hard to be funny, I'm annoyed. And like, but I didn't ever get like annoyed or anything. I didn't like certain characters. I did not like Detective Shaw. And I didn't like their whole interactions, the Hobbs and Shaw interactions.
Yeah.
Like it was not really enjoyable, but whatever.
And they were the biggest names of that movie. So kind of surprised that they kind of had like mediocre parts in this movie. To say the least. But
the Olivia Holt, what has she been in?
She's a Disney actress.
Oh, is she?
Yes, she's from Kickin' It.
Kickin' It. All right.
It's a good one.
Her name sounds familiar. Oh,
she's also in Totally Killer and Cruel Summer.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay,
But she's also in Girl versus Monster.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah. And Shake It Up.
Shake It Up. I love that.
Yeah. So
what was familiar about her to me was the Holt part. Nicholas Holt is another horror actor. So I was like, are they really?
Maybe that's what.
But they're not.
Okay.
I think he has like a U in his last name, and hers is just Holt. H-O-L-T.
Yeah.
That's who I was thinking of. Nicholas Holt as a newer, younger person that's been kind of in horror a lot recently.
She's also in Dog with a Blog.
Perfect.
So I tell you, she's a Disney. Yeah. I definitely recognized her face.
Yeah.
I recognized her.
Yeah.
Our daughter is very into Disney shows. So
yeah.
I know all these shows.
I liked her. I liked Chad. I'm gonna call him Chad.
Chad. What
I
was
liked
his-
him more in this than I do in Scream, right
Scream.
now.
Oh,
He's-
definitely.
Yeah.
He was good. He was charming.
Jay.
Mhm.
Jay, that's right, Jay. And I liked their chemistry. I thought they had good chemistry on
Yeah.
screen.
Mhm.
And the chemistry was like a typical romantic comedy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Mhm.
this guy who's interested in the girl, but they're kind of like business partners, and so they can't cross these lines.
It's a
but
Hallmark
maybe
movie.
he's trying to, and she's resisting.
Yeah.
It's all of
Mhm.
that classic stuff. And then,
Yeah.
oh yeah, by the way, there's a killer going around, like killing people in horrific ways.
Yeah.
And so I like the drive-in scene.
Mhm.
I thought that was cool. And just some of it is corny. There's a scene where, well, we'll talk about it in spoilers, but
Yeah.
there's some noises going on.
Oh my
that were-
gosh.
it's pretty funny.
So funny. So funny. Yeah, he was a fun character for
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
And his, like, I feel like he stayed pretty true to his character.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes like you can have like a kind of character like that, and then they kind of lose
Yeah.
who they are supposed to be.
Kind of change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he stayed pretty true to his character
Yeah.
throughout, and it was fun because he was like this like hopeless romantic.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and she was like so not. And
Yeah.
so it was fun to see it kind of on the other, the other shoe, where like usually it's the girl who's
Yeah.
that hopeless
Yeah.
romantic, just wanting to just like fall in love and everything.
Yeah.
And the guy is, more cold-hearted,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
less intelligent.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It's the programming. I love this movie. Let's
Yeah.
get to the ratings.
Okay, let's get to the ratings. We've got to
Critics, what
get there.
are
What
they saying?
did they say? Let me tell you, dude. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 82% on the tomato meter,
Okay.
and the popcorn meter gave it 78%.
That is
So pretty
low.
good.
Too low.
Well, it's still
Lower
pretty good. It's
than
still a
any.
full bucket of popcorn, but it is not hot popcorn.
Ugh,
It is
It's not.
cold
not.
popcorn, or maybe room temp. I don't know.
Hopefully,
But
room temp.
it's not fresh, hot off the oven.
Off the oven.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're baking your
I
popcorn
was thinking the stove, the Jiffy Pop, but
Okay.
I said
off
oven.
the stove.
hot out of the popcorn
Of the
machine maker.
scoop.
Of the
That scoop has been scooped already.
All right.
Anyway, whatever.
What about IMDb?
IMDb has it at 6.7.
Oh my gosh. Come on,
it's a good
guys.
score.
Not good enough.
Not good enough. And then Google has it at a 3.4. Where the thing is like it's like either you got a 5 or you got 1.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's kind of like,
Come
really,
on. You didn't give it
guys?
a 1.
yeah.
Get out of here.
I was reading some
Yeah,
of the
that's
one
ridiculous.
reviews, and goodness gracious, you did not go in happy.
They're not
to this
fun
movie.
They're not fun people.
Yeah, they
They're-
weren't trying to see like a fun,
Yeah.
enjoyable movie.
If you give this anything under like a 7 out of 10, you're just not a fun person.
No.
Yeah,
You don't like fun.
yeah. Wait, what was the
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 70.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I
That's-
should make sure I'm fun.
That's
I'm
as
giving this-
average as it gets. A
Yeah.
70.
Yeah.
So
I'm going 93 for
93.
this one.
Wow.
Okay, 93. I didn't expect it that high, but I was expecting it in the 90s.
Yeah. I wanna see
What
it
about
again.
you, Joel? We're gonna buy it, I'm sure.
Well, I want to see it again like this
Oh,
week.
okay.
Right now.
Valentine's
right after
Day.
this
This is what we're doing on
this
Valentine's
episode.
Day.
Going back to the movies. So I liked Companion a little bit more than this
Yeah.
one. So I'm gonna give this an 85. I give that an 86. So,
Okay.
so
Okay.
Pretty
it's
even.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking I like this a little bit more than Companion. It stuck with me more. It's just more my style. It's more fun.
Mhm.
And I think I didn't have a beef with the trailer. Like
Yeah.
once a trailer ruins it for me, I'm pissed at the movie.
Yeah.
Like I'm really like, I don't even want to see that movie again. This one was super fun. I really enjoyed this movie. And I'm looking forward to seeing it again. I guess I'm seeing it in theater again. So I'm giving this a 90.
Wow.
90.
Okay.
Nice. So this one is certified scare talk scream.
So what score would that? What's the minimum score to have that?
I think 85.
What's higher than Scream?
I don't know. Kill. This is a certified killer.
Certified kill. That's
Is that what
that's
we
gotta be like a
do?
95
killer.
If this is an 85, that's gotta be like a 95 to
Yeah.
100 or something.
Yeah. So yeah, I like that killer.
Yeah.
It's a killer movie.
Yeah.
And then the sound
Killer
effects.
flick.
My
All right.
dorky husband.
So we're going to talk about spoilers over at Patreon.
We are.
This is the end of the non-spoiler review. If you have not, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Send us a comment. Join us on Patreon for 7 days free. You can see all of our episodes with spoilers, as well as some exclusives that we are putting up there pretty regularly. And yeah, patreon.com/scaretalk. We'll see you there. If not, talk to you later.